But yesterday I decided to put in this Maxxair Dome fan, and I also wired it with a speed controller. This is a pulse width modulator, or PWM speed controller. Google can give you full information about what that's all about. And the installation I did pretty much according to the fella calls himself Untamed Society on YouTube. Go look up his, I'll put a link down below, but go look up his video, Untamed Society. He's got two videos, one of him doing it himself, one of him doing it with a buddy. It's a little easier with two people, but one person can certainly do it. What I like about this is we can control the fan speed. We don't have to have it on full all the time. We can push this button here. This is the controller button. You can see when I turn it, the numbers change. That's percent output. So we're going to start at 75%. We push the button. The fan comes up slow. It does a soft start instead of full power. It just ramps up the power over a couple of seconds. And you can see that we can bring it up to full speed. And let's look down here on my Anchor Solix, and we can see that we're pulling 8 watts. Generally, I've found it'll be 8, 9, 10 watts at full power. And you can hear the noise. You can decide if that's objectionable to you. Well, let's come down to, let's say 70%. That's still moving a good bit of air. And we're down to only 3 watts that it's pulling. Just about any little battery you're going to run this with, it's going to run all night. That's hardly any power being drawn at all. And again, that's still moving plenty of air. 50%. Nice and quiet. Still moving air. If you just need to keep a little bit of air moving through here, for example, during the heating season, so that you don't have condensation issues on the wall, this is perfect. And we come down, turn on our display. It is using a whopping 1 watt when it does display anything. It's just not drawing enough to matter. And we can turn it off. We turn it on again. And again, like I say, just set it for the power you want. Frankly, I think these things ought to come with this. I don't understand why they don't. This is the controller I installed. If you go online and you search for that ZK-MG, you'll find this listed. It's available through Amazon or other sources, I'm sure. You can supply it with anywhere from 5 volts to 30 volts DC. The maximum current it'll handle is 5 amps. So the power it can handle is 150 watts. So that would be 30 volts at 5 amps. We're running off of 12 volts, and you saw how much wattage. So wattage, you can think of wattage as volt amps. If we're drawing 12 watts, 12 volts, we're using 1 amp. We're drawing 1 amp of power, of current, I'm sorry. You'll see there's 4 connections on there. The V plus, V minus, that's your 12 volt power supply that's going to go in there. Pay attention to the voltage. It doesn't like it to go in there. It doesn't like that power voltage to go in backwards. It'll make some little beeps at you and it won't work. The output is the wires to the fan. From the factory, the way this is designed to work is that blade that's down in there turns clockwise. Based on the angle of those blades, I don't care for that. I wanted it to turn counterclockwise. So I just reversed the 2 wires, the black and white ones, on the output side, and it makes the fan blade turn the way I like. I tried it both ways. It seems to move more air going the direction that I have it set up for. The motor doesn't care how you wire it, as long as you give it 12 volts. Well, we could start off pretty low. We can watch it come up to speed, where you can see how it starts right off there going counterclockwise. Again, these I got this on Amazon. I got two of them for like 16 bucks. I've got other projects I'm going to use them for. Yeah, I think it's 10 bucks for one. And again, I'll again refer to Untamed Society. He's the guy that shows the video for installing the fan itself. The whole job was done in just, it was a few hours. Something else I could show you here is what I use for controlling my air conditioner. Now those numbers are rolling like that's not the display I'm seeing, just the camera just shows it like that. This is a Rainbird controller. I have the air conditioner. Normally I would have this set over on high cool or low cool, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it now because it would be on, it would be making all sorts of noise, drowning out my melodious voice. But the way this works is it's got this temperature probe, and that will turn on the AC. I set it up for a 3-degree spread, so I've got it set for 72. If the temperature gets up above 75, it turns on the air conditioner. Basically, relay in here provides power to this. Here's the air conditioner plug, and it turns on, and it runs the air conditioner until the temperature gets down to 72. It then turns it off. So instead of having this air conditioner fan going all night, with it coming on and off as the temperature changes and having to kind of guess where to set it, between min cool and high cool, I prefer to have an actual temperature setting. In the wintertime, we do the same thing with a little heater. This also controls heat. And it would do it in you got a plug down here for heat. This is the plug for cooling. In the wintertime, we might set this again for 72 with a 3-degree spread, which means if the temperature drops to 69 inside the camper here, it'll turn on our little heater and heat us up until we get to 72. And once it gets to 72, it will turn the heater off. I highly recommend that. I like having the temperature control like that. And that's all I've got for you today. If you have questions, go ahead and put them down there below the video. I'll put some links down there for the controller and for the website for the fan installation. And I'm going to leave you there. Happy camping, everybody.